It's either on or it's off. As some people get on, I'm gonna start I think we're gonna start doing these later in the evening now. I'm not sure. We're testing the water still. Hey Facebook, Brandon Orr, down here Reclaiming Lives Recovery Cafe. Got a super special guest here today, Alex. She's also peer support around here in the Valley. She's got a terrific and tremendous story of recovery that we're going to share a little bit with you today. Just want to remind you guys that we're out here, we're making connections, and we're not giving up. I want to throw it out there that having her on today is real beneficial to connection and what we do. I say we because we're both peer support in this community.
My mommy!
Yay! And it's just important that we want you guys to hear a little bit about her recovery story, because I feel like you guys would be getting robbed if you guys didn't hear this just amazing story. So first off, Alex, welcome.
Thank you.
How's everything going?
It's going good. This whole Corona thing is crazy, but thanks, Mom. Got it from my mom.
Yeah, it's good that you'll see people asking questions on there to you, and you're more than welcome to answer those too.
Okay. This whole Corona thing is crazy, but I'm thankful for my agency because we actually have been staying we've been staying not only connected and up to date with the times and what's going on with the virus, and but we also are staying open and open to the public and with our clients, so that's amazing too.
Amazing. So who do you work for?
On Track.
Yeah, we love them down there. So you guys are staying busy?
Yeah, actually we're staying really busy.
You guys still doing intakes and all that?
Yep, we're doing intakes and assessments, and we are still doing, we're trying to reduce traffic and do individuals over the phone, but we are doing groups still and UAs, no community UAs, but we are doing as much face-to-face and telephone as we can.
That's so awesome. We're so blessed to be able to have an agency that we can walk alongside that feels the same way we do. It's so important that we keep these connections with our not only participants, our clients, and you know, the ones that really still need connection out there. So how long have you been with your agency now?
A year and a half.
What?
Yeah.
It was an amazing year and a half, or what?
Yeah, yes, it has been. A lot of growth, a lot of learning about professionalism, boundaries. I've had a lot of great mentors along the way. A lot of great, Debbie Kraft has been a great mentor. Was a great boss and a great mentor. It was sad to see her go. She was our program manager in outpatient for a while. She was the best boss I had. And now Sandy Hine was a boss, my first boss, when we started the peer support program.
Oh, I remember Sandy. I went and talked to her that day.
Yeah. And that was great, but then we kind of reshifted how we were looking at things last June, and so we all moved around and things had to get cut back and shifted. Right. But now I really love how my position is now in outpatient, and I'm the certified recovery mentor in outpatient, and I really like that because I get to work with everybody coming in to outpatient. Awesome. And do a lot of things with them, more than most.
You know, you guys, like, I love our peer community out here. I really do. Every single person. I can go name for name for all these great and wonderful peer supports we have out here, but I gotta say, you guys have some of my favorite over there. Nicole, Robert, you guys got some. No more, huh? No. He's still one of my favorites. But Nicole Fox is probably my all-time favorite.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
One of my near and dear friends, and you guys have some just killer relationships you guys have been building over there for such a long time now. So How are you staying busy through this COVID? Like, I'm talking about off the clock.
Well, my 6 kids.
Woo!
Yeah, yeah. And no school, so yeah, that's them in themselves keep me busy.
Wow. So, how are they getting homeschooled right now?
So I have an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, 2 6-year-old twins, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So, the 11-year-old, he started his homeschool, and the 9 and the 2 6-year-olds will be starting theirs sometime this week. I had to order a whole desktop computer so we could do it efficiently.
Right.
But it sucks because we have to learn the whole homeschooling or their lessons before they have to, you know. I work a full-time job. Dad works a full-time job. When I get home from work, Dad goes to work. So
trying to
figure out how to Zoom their teachers because they really miss their teachers. It's okay though. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, this will pass.
Yeah, this will pass. School's almost over, but the whole cabin fever thing is going crazy. So
are they going nuts in there?
They're going nuts. I have to let them play outside. I'm like,
go play. Do they argue and bicker a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah. I love it. Keep mom and dad on their toes.
Yeah.
Well, the reason we wanted you on Morning Thing today is because, like I said earlier, is that you have a crazy awesome recovery story. And I think that it would just be a shame if people out there didn't get to hear it. It blew my mind at the conference that we had a month and a half ago or so. And I'm really thankful that you're willing to come here and share a bit of that. Not only did it touch my heart, but it touched many hearts. And as Stephanie and I were talking, we were like, man, Alex, she would do good on live. So
great. If I can live up to it.
No pressure. Yeah. But yeah, so we really like to focus on the recovery part more than the addiction part, like I said, and I really am just excited to hear what you have to say today. So I'm going to let you go ahead and take the floor and tell us a little bit about your successes, how you meet your goals, and your walk through recovery, and what it means to you, and who's supported you.
So I've been doing this journey for about 4.5 years now. I didn't know what I really wanted to do until I got into the MOMS program. I'm from California, so I didn't know rehabs like what we have up here. We have some pretty amazing rehabs, and especially the home program and the dad's program. I went through some kind of outpatient program in California, but all I did was stack my little house of cards together so I could hurry up and get my kid back. And here, when I was accepted into the home program, I was able to have my twins with me, and at that time they were 2.5, or they just turned 2, and I didn't count the time. There was no time limit. It was just when your counselor thought you were ready, and at that time it was Amanda Krug, and she was one of the, if not the biggest part in my journey at that time, besides my DHS worker Janice Jenks and Jen Miley. Janice Jenks was literally my guardian angel. If it wasn't for her seeing who I was as a mother and as a person, I wouldn't have been able to trust or been transparent and tell her what I needed and who I was and what I was struggling with. And so when I went into the home program, I really was able to let it all out, and it was rough, probably more so for the staff than it was for me, and maybe even for the my my roommates, Haley, I see you in there. But I really did dig deep and figure out why I was in there and why I was turning to drugs to cover up and numb the pain, because I never wanted to go through this again, and I never wanted to put my kids through this again. And so 4 or 5 months later, I got out. My husband got out of the dad's, and we went into on-tracks housing. They only had like 4 apartments at that time, and we were able to start our little family. And at that time I only had 3 kids, and so it was really refreshing to be able to get out and be sober. I never really did that. We had a whole new relationship. Our kids, I was starting to build my trust with my kids. Sorry, babe's calling right now. I had a relationship with my kids I had to rebuild. And so when I we went to outpatient, and we did all of that. And one of the things that is part of my story is medication assisted treatment. And so Dr. Hecox, I don't know if you guys, most people know who she is, but she's not
amazing. She's
not even a human. She's literally like God on this earth. She's just seriously the best thing. She's helped me not only like counsel me, but she's been unconditional and showed me that I don't have to, this isn't something that I have to be ashamed of. And so I got to learn how to rebuild my relationship with my family, and the trust and the respect and the relationship with my kids. That was a huge thing, especially with my oldest. And that can bring tears to my eyes, because the things that my oldest had to go through.
I brought you tissue.
The things that I put my oldest through was hard for me to recognize, but he was so forgiving and so understanding, and all he wanted was his mom and his dad. And it was because of the people in my life, Amanda and Janice and Jen. I was in family court at the time. And it was because of my hard work that my son was able to start to rebuild that relationship with me and his dad again, and forgive me. And I knew once I got out what I wanted to do when I grew up, even though I was, 26 at the time. I always worked odd-end jobs, but I knew I wanted to give back. I wanted to do something with my life. And I swore I was going to go back and work at On Track. Because On Track saved my life. Because I was at a point that I wanted to die so I can leave my kids and have a better life. And so I worked my butt off, and it was a struggle for the first year especially. white knuckling it sometimes, but really I got to reach out to the people that surrounded me and my friends and the ones I went through treatment with. One of my really good friends, Nikki Drake, and they all got to love me until I learned to love myself. And when I started loving myself again after the first year, I used to call my mom a lot and tell her, okay, Mom, I'm going to use. Today's the day. I'm going to use. She's like, no, you're not. We would talk through it. I'd call my DHS worker, Jen, I'm going to use today. I could feel it. I'm going to use. She's like, no, you're not. You'll lose your kids for 4 days. If you're going to lose, you're going to lose your kids for 4 days. I'm like, then they're going to cry for me. So I can't do that. So we'd go through this cycle. And so after that, after I got past the first year, it was like literally the day after the first year, I was like, you know what? I don't have to use today.
Oof.
And I didn't have to use for like the day after that or the day after that. It was like a big, huge relief. And I was working odd end jobs still, and I'm like waiting for my 2 years. I'm like, okay, I gotta have my 2 years so I could go back and work at On Track. In March, at my right about my year and a half, I went and got my peer support. I heard about that, and because I was applying for like my receptionist and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what? If I got my peer support, it would make me stand out. I wouldn't just be like the 100 of other people that are applying for a receptionist. Could be a peer support where there's like 50 other people. And so I went and got my peer support, and I applied another agency in the community, and that didn't really last very long. I wasn't a good fit. It wasn't a good fit for me. And On Track didn't have, it was kind of going through its own thing, and it didn't have the peer support program yet. And so I remember waiting for HR to call me, Carol, and about October, I finally got a call back, and she goes, Alex, are you ready? And I'm like, ready for what? And she's like, are you ready to come start the program? And I'm like, start it? And she's like, yeah, you're gonna start it. You, Nicole, and Sandy, you guys are gonna start it. So I went there, and we got to start it, and it was amazing. And we went through a lot of, because Nicole and I actually went through the peer support training together, so that was cool. And it was really cool. I was a pain in the butt, and I'm sure Nicole is going to agree, times a million, but especially when I started, because I was a pain in the butt. I had to learn how to, I wanted to jump in and get my feet wet, and I want to show everybody I'm worth it, and I can do this, and you hired me for a reason. And I had to learn, it started when I started working with Justin Hahn, and on certain cases, DHS cases, he was working for another agency, and he started like, you don't have to do that. We would be at DHS meetings. He's like, you need to reel it in. You just need to learn how to talk their lingo. And I'm like, I don't know how to speak their lingo. I just know how to put them in their place. And he's like, no, you need to learn how to speak it. And that puts them in their place. And I'm like, ugh. So he taught me how to reel it in a little bit. And once I learned that.
Hi, Nicole.
Oh, see? Oh, we both had our moments. Okay, good.
Yeah.
But it took that and a lot of talks in Nicole's office of her reeling me in. But it was amazing. and I got to, now I get to work for my amazing agency that I'm like On Track's biggest fan, and I get to go to community partners. I'm respected now from the whole entire community. Like, I'm well known. I get to go to a 200 people conference of DAs, lawyers, bigwigs, and just on the spot say, "You're our guest speaker." I'm like, what? You get to share your lived experience by Eric Geyer and Eric Martin. Like, what? Like, I get to do that today. And I'm a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm somebody. But I'm not like, I'm like nobody. Like, I met Eric Geyer sharing my lived experience from in a high school, like, project. And he was a mic guy. All of a sudden, he was like, "I'm your biggest fan." Eric Geyer, community justice director. Like, amazing guy, right? It's like, and then now I'm honored because I get Brandon Orr asking me to come share my lived experience with you guys. Like, this is cool.
You know, don't sell yourself short. You really loved, and you do big things in this community, and you know, you give your all every day, on and off the clock. And there's a reason why we asked you to come on today. Your story is definitely intriguing, and I sure hope that it really reached out and resonated with some of you out there, because every time I hear it, it does with me, and it reminds me why I do exactly what I do, why I wake up, why I go to sleep, and why I prepare my day, is to make connections with you guys. Before I let you go, I have a couple questions.
Okay.
How did you learn to maintain your goals through your recovery?
How did I learn?
Because it sounds like you were all over the place, and you kind of buckled up, and you just started nailing things to the wall. And some people out there don't know how to do that. So can we give them a little bit of a how you did it, maybe?
So boundaries, really. Boundaries. I had to learn boundaries, and that was a huge part, is because I wanted to say yes to everybody, but I had to learn that really being the yes person is not a good quality.
Right.
Because it's really not.
Right.
Because it makes it you cannot finish things, and it really isn't. Like, everybody thinks, "Oh yeah, watch, this is a great quality that you think it. This is a great quality. You come in and you save the day and you become this rescuer," and it's really not, because it's suffocating and it's overbearing and it's exhausting for you. I mean, and so boundaries is a huge piece, and learning how to organize your time, like time management. And
beautiful.
Yeah.
Two really big qualities to getting up in the morning and taking care of your business is boundaries and time management. It absolutely is, and making sure that you cross them off the list. Start with the little ones so you can get to your big ones. That's how I did it, just for you guys out there. We are super blessed to have you. I can't say it enough. We absolutely love walking alongside you, and we're blessed to be able to walk alongside you through this, and letting the viewers that we have out there walk alongside you with this too. So with that being said, you got anything else to add? How about anything for those guys going through it out there in this COVID time?
Keep reaching out, and don't isolate as much as you can. Call a friend. Call us at On Track if you need us. Whatever you do, don't relapse, please.
Please don't relapse. We're here for you guys, 100%. Alex Ray, you guys, we're blessed to have her. All right, you guys, stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to have on Alan Recker. All right, you guys, we love you to death. God bless. The finish button.